Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, blogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments, vlogs such as
5 Minutes with the G,
the Straight Shootin View,
Coaching with JBK,
audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Podomatic, Spotify,
Mixcloud
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat,
the pitch is where we sleep,
and the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Welcome to
the Straight Shootin View.
Hey, what's up, people? My name is Straight Shootin LJA, and welcome to another episode of the Straight Shootin View. Now, you know what, yeah? I'm going to go back to come forward because after the Denmark match, the England v Denmark match, where we went through to the Euro 2020 final, I had some things to say about politics and football. Specifically, some politicians like Boris Johnson, among others, jumping on the England bandwagon. Now, I said I had a lot to say about that after the semi-final, but I'll let you hear that. But after that, we'll come back, and I've got some views after the fallout from the final as well. But you know what? Stick around for my views in terms of the fallout from the final that we were defeated in against Italy. But for now, here are my views before the final, so after the semi-final between England and Denmark, and politicians bandwagon jumping when it comes to football. Here's those views of mine. In regards to political bandwagon jumping, now, those of you who follow my personal vlog, The Straight Shootin Rant, you will know that I am not a fan of Boris Johnson. I think the guy's a clown, but I'm not here to get directly into politics. Indirectly. Now, there's been a lot of footage obviously circulating the internet, and also a lot of like images as well circulating. A lot of us England fans were very happy at beating Denmark yesterday, but some took it a little too far. Some were jumping on top of buses and all that, and it's like, dude, like, you're a danger to yourself and others by doing that. There was some moron shining a laser pen at Kasper Schmeichel in the ground. It's like, there's always a moronic minority ruining it for the rest of us. Now, some of the images and videos that I've seen, we are supposed to still be in this pandemic, and there are there's been like 3 or 4 new variants, Delta, another variant. Like, there's supposed to have been like 3 new variants in like the past month or so. And if you've seen the images of Wembley Way, good Lord, it's like, it's so frustrating. And I'm speaking now as a parent, it's so frustrating when you can't be at your kid's sports day, or when your kid can't have a birthday party with everyone you want to invite because of the COVID rules. But you're seeing 60,000 people in football stadiums. And you're seeing that not just once as a test event, you're seeing it for literally a whole tournament, basically. And it's like, it's so frustrating to see that. And then obviously seeing everybody on Wembley Way afterwards tinding like sardines. And it's like, oh, like, really? And it's even more frustrating, as much as I love football, it's even more frustrating to know that money has caused it. And to see people like Boris Johnson jumping on the bandwagon, Priti Patel jumping on the bandwagon and be like, oh yeah, come on England, we're so proud of you, yeah, bring it home, da, da, da. And it's like, oh, okay, so let's break this down a little. Priti Patel responsible in large part for a major role as Home Secretary in the Windrush scandal. Raheem being of Jamaican descent, as well as a number of players in the England squad of African or Caribbean descent. And you didn't do anything to help the Windrush scandal at all. Didn't do anything to help that. Boris Johnson, same thing. Didn't step in and help. Been a terrible leader. Boris Johnson, clown, has been a terrible leader since day one. And yet, it's one of them ones where Gary Neville, who I've had my axe to grind with him at times, but he was right, in my view, in saying, you know what? Look at Gareth Southgate as a leader. Look at some of the guys on the pitch as leaders. And if only our politicians were a tenth as good a leader, as good leaders as Gareth Southgate. And you know what? That's actually a fair comment. That's actually a very fair comment from Gary Neville. And that's what really annoys me, where it's like, you see the pictures, I said, you see him Priti Patel, oh yeah, well done lads, yeah, well done. It's like, dude, you're the one trying to basically you're the one literally not helping, which basically you're advocating and trying to get people like, people from the same islands as Raheem Sterling's basically lineage deported out of the country. And you won't help people, but you're willing to jump on the bandwagon when they're doing well for the football team. And there's a lot of these idiots as well, booing, taking the knee. Same thing, where it's like, when they're doing well for the team, you're cheering them. But once they've outlived their usefulness, or they've done something wrong, you're burying them. It's like, make your mind up. Do you hate them or not? Do you dislike them or not? Because this flip-flopping garbage is garbage. And I said, I hate when politicians, certain politicians especially, I hate when they try and use football to either justify something or just bandwagon jump for good PR. It really drives me insane, because then you still get people going, oh, politics and football should mix. Politics, shut up. I did a vlog about that recently. Politics and football, should they mix? So I've already talked about that till I'm blue in the face. But for me, as I said, it's one of them where I hate this bandwagon jumping of people who really need to focus on bigger things rather than trying to score PR points by cheering on the national team. So Priti Patel, Boris Johnson, you can keep your support. You can keep your support of the England team to yourself, because you need to focus on helping those who really need it. Boris Johnson, Marcus Rashford has been the hero that you should have been. So why don't you focus on being a good Prime Minister? Why don't you focus on actually doing your job instead of trying to score cheap PR points? Why don't you focus on the Matt Hancock situation, Dominic Cummings situation as well? Why don't you focus on that and leave the football support into us? And also, it's one of them ones, as I said, there are so many frustrations with that. Yeah, so it's one of them ones where I'm not a fan of politicians getting involved with football, government at that level. Because at the end of the day, it's pure bandwagon jumping. Usually people like a Boris Johnson, like a Priti Patel, don't give a damn. Usually they don't. But for me, you know what, yeah, it's them trying to score PR points, as mentioned a minute ago. But you know what? The one thing that I hate the fact that whenever something, and I've said this in previous vlogs, why do people feel the need to be xenophobic, racist, homophobic? Why do you feel the need to be abusive in any way, shape, form or fashion just because of a losing result in a football match? I love football as much as the next person, and I have for over 25 years now. But the fact of the matter is, there are some idiots who always ruin it for everybody else. The England fans who tried to storm Wembley because they didn't have tickets. It's like, why are you doing that? It's so absurd. It's so stupid. Why are you doing that? And then after Rashford, Sancho, and especially Bukayo Saka, who I felt so badly for, missing penalties, it's like you go and racially abuse them. Not even the next day, the same day. And it's like, what is wrong with some people? But you know what? As ignorant and idiotic as they are, you got people like Boris Johnson and Priti Patel trying to jump on the bandwagon. And it's like, so it's like, okay, cool. So someone like Priti Patel coming out and condemning racist abuse of players. Hold on a second. You, more than most people, have actually done a hell of a lot to stoke up that racial tension. As Home Secretary, you've done so much to whip up that sort of racial tension and aggravation. And now you want to come out and jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, I condemn this. No, Priti, go away. Seriously, do one. Boris Johnson too, another person who talks out of both sides of his neck. And I don't want to make this too political, but you kind of have to, because politics and football are they are intertwined. Politics and football are intertwined, whether anyone likes it or not. And you know what, yeah, Tyrone Mings, big ups to you, because you were spot on in what you said. Basically paraphrasing that, yeah, about Priti Patel was like, yeah, you might want to stay out of this, because you've done more than anybody to actually stoke up the racial tension in this country. So don't come round with your fake incredulity now, saying, oh, I abhor this, when you've encouraged it. Nah, don't like that. It's like, you know what, go on, Tyrone Mings. And you know what, yeah, as I've said before, those of you abusing someone like Marcus Rashford, dude, like even, who was it? There was one utter jabroni comedian, Andrew Lawrence, who's probably gotten more fame for getting kicked off shows and all that than he ever could have dreamed of. Because who the hell is Andrew Lawrence? Never heard of this J-Bron before. Supposedly he's a comedian, and on Twitter he was saying, all the white players scored, but the black players are bad at penalties. It's like, dude, that ain't even funny. Like, if it was somewhat funny and humorous, then you might be able to get away with it. Like, near the knuckle humor. I love near the knuckle humor. Like, one of my favorite comedians legitimately is Frankie Boyle. Back in 2010, 2011, I went and saw him 3 times in the space of a year. So it's one of them ones. And also, I love the Prometheus series of sets that he's done. So it's one of them where it's like, near the knuckle humor, I love that stuff. But this Andrew Lawrence guy wasn't even funny. Him coming out with, I'd rather the kids go hungry as long as Rashford scores his penalty. It's like, dude, that ain't even funny. Like, millions of children going hungry. But, bro, that's not funny. And I said, you got idiots like this coming out and thinking they can get away with it. And then you've got a shed load of other people coming out, I said, with their fake incredulity. They're coming out with their fake incredulity, and also as well, I'm also hearing that fake social justice warrior Piers Morgan, backing the players who miss penalties. It's like, go away, Piers. Seriously, I've said before, Piers Morgan, again, fake social justice warrior, go and do one. So I hate the fact, political bandwagon jumping, I said before, I hate it, I can't stand it. Because it's one of them ones, because these people are picking and choosing and using football as their platform, but then people like Priti Patel saying, oh no, football can't be political, you can't use it as a platform, sports people shouldn't use it as a platform. It's like, well, you're using the very sport you're saying others shouldn't use as a political platform. You're doing it, you hypocrite. So go away. Can't stand it, I really can't. It really grinds my gears. But you know what, yeah? it is one of them ones where it's like I said, politics and football mix, and they always will. They always will, because football is a microcosm of society. And some people saying, oh, you got to get rid of ignorance, you got to get rid of racism, xenophobia, you got to get rid of it from football. Well, you do have to get rid of it from football. But guess what? If you get rid of football's only a microcosm. If you get rid of it from football, it's still in society. It's backwards saying, oh, football needs to get rid of it first. It's like, nah, bruh, you get rid of that crap from society, then football will follow. Because at the end of the day, you can't get rid of, like, let's take COVID as an example. You can't get rid of COVID in just London and then the rest of the country's fine. No, you have to get rid of it everywhere. Everywhere. Then you start targeting small towns. But you have to have a concerted effort and get rid of it everywhere first. It's a disease. Racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, homophobia, these are all diseases, societal diseases. They don't just plague football. And you've got to get rid of them from society first, rather than scapegoating football and saying, oh, football's this, football's that. And also, you can't be talking out of both sides of your neck saying that footballers shouldn't be using their stage as a political platform when you've got idiotic politicians at the top level of government doing exactly the same thing and being goddamn hypocrites, as per usual. God damn it, man, I swear. If anyone's offended by the phrase God damn it, well, I'm sorry. But it's like, I'd love to swear, but I'm not going to bring it down to that level. But you know what? I want to know your views. Comment section is below. Remember, this is the Straight Shootin View. You can catch this and all of our other vlogs and podcasts on www.pitch-talk.com. That is the official website, www.pitch-talk.com. We're also on youtube.com/Pitch Talk. See all of our videos and special features, including Pitch Talk at the SAL Cup Final, the 2021 SAL Cup Final, Southern Amateur League, Senior Cup Final, that is. And also, as well, you can catch our special feature videos, vlogs such as Coaching with JBK, the Straight Shootin View in 5 minutes with the G, and much, much more archive material as well. Also, at Pitch Talk on Twitter, tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk, become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we're working so hard to create. At Pitch Talk on Instagram as well. Check out previews to our vlogs and much more up there too. Also, we are on Amazon Music, Podomatic, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, many other places, including Player FM. Import our RSS feed. You can also hear our podcast on our website via the podcast page of www.pitch-talk.com. Also, we are on Verbal as well, VURBL. We are Verbal ambassadors and proud of it as well. So, as I said, comment section is below. I want to know your views. Politics and football. It's one of them was, man. There's a lot of, murky, muddy waters. I've been Straight Shootin LJA. Comment section is below. Please let me know your views. Take it easy, people.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
Check out the official Pitch Talk website,
www.pitch-talk.com.